Zatel here with the undefeated super welterweight contender, looking to make that final jump from contender to world champion as he headlines the final ever show on ESPN Top Rank at the Garden for the WBO super welterweight title against Jorge Garcia Perez from Mexico. Xander, what's going on, man? How does that mean anything to you, or do you have to
Um,
block it out and treat it like another fight, or does all that stuff I just said mean something to you?
Sean, it's a nice introduction. That was a really good introduction, to be honest. I appreciate that. But to be honest, being all seriousness, doesn't right now at this moment doesn't click in yet. It's not in my head yet. I have to go out there and come out victorious. It's just another fight. That's the way I'm treating it. No more added pressure. I have to be perfect like I've been for 21 fights. I have to make the adjustments like I've been doing for my entire career. So to be honest, it's an exciting opportunity, and I'm happy that at 22 years old I'm fighting for the world title. But for me right now, it's just another fight, another night in New York City, and I got to take care of business.
Thus far through 21 fights, you've definitely handled your business, right? But Puerto Rico, when it comes to you, they're not looking for good. They're looking for the next guy, the
Yeah.
next Trinidad, Cotto, Wilfredo Gomez, that caliber. And I think, the jury's out. So a lot of people are wondering, is Xander just good or is he actually special? What do you say about all that, Xander?
Sean, to be honest, it's exciting to hear people wanting me to be the next guy for Puerto Rico, and obviously it's something that I want to do. I want to bring glory to my island, but I want to bring glory as Xander Zayas. I don't want to bring glory as the next Tito or as the next Cotto or as the next Benitez or Gomez. I want to bring glory as the next Xander Zayas, and just be myself. Let people love me by who I am, by what I bring to the table, and by what I do inside and outside that ring. To be honest, I just want to be myself.
What do you think is Xander Zayas' special trait or superpower?
Um, Man, my superpower is I would say my dedication and my work ethic. I haven't seen nobody work as hard as me. I haven't seen nobody push as hard as me. Um, they try and they try to compete, but it's something that I just don't see it in nobody else, and I try to bring the best out of everybody else, and it's just different. It's different. The love I got for this, the passion I got for this, it's something that I can't put into words.
Well, when you talk about it, something came to me. I remember Cotto telling Margarito, like, you go ahead and say you'll die in that ring, not me. He
Hmm.
was man enough to admit to us he had a
Yeah.
limit. What's your limit in that? Are you one of those
Well,
willing to die in the ring guys? Or are you like
yeah,
Cotto, like,
nah. Like die in the ring is a bit much. I mean, I got a
I ain't
family.
trying to
You know,
die. Go
I, I
ahead.
wanna, I wanna have my own children. So I wanna, be able to be with them and walk, by their side through the whole life. So die in the ring is a bit much, but I'm willing to sacrifice a lot to become a world champion and be the best version of me.
Uh, I loved what you did a couple months back in March. You pulled up at the Fundora Booker fight and, respectfully
Yeah.
let the boxing world know I'm here and I really want to fight for the title against the best man in the division. Yeah, it feels like you got something to say. Go ahead.
For sure, for sure. I feel like it was necessary for me. It was necessary to go out there. It's one thing to be named mandatory, and cool, you're just the mandatory guy. But now you put the added pressure on the champion, letting him know, and the mandatory. And before they name me the mandatory, I'm here to see you. I'm here to, let you know that I'm the next guy. So adds a little bit more pressure to the whole thing. Going into it, thought that it was, or thinking that it was going to work, that we were going to make it happen. Everybody thought that it was going to work. At the end, it didn't, and it's just part of the business.
Yeah, because normally I'd know better. Like this fight isn't gonna happen. He's top ranked. Fundora,
Yeah,
but you showing up there made me like, oh no, this might actually happen.
No, and to be honest, like we actually like started talking. So we were talking, we were in conversations, and then at the end, they told us that they had an obligation with Tim Tszyu with a contract or a rematch clause or something like that, and it's just part of the business. It's something that there's things that you can handle and you can take care of, take care of them, and there's others that are just out of hands, and you can't do much about it. And those are one of the things that, as much as you try, as much as you want something to happen, it just wasn't meant to be.
So is it fair or unfair to call it a duck? If you're from the
No,
fans.
I mean, depends on how you put it. To be honest, not. But I feel like it's unfair. It's unfair. It's part of the business.
Hmm.
I don't think it's a duck. I think he will still be a unified world champion in the boxing history books if he beats Tim Tszyu. And when I become a world champion, we can still make the fight happen in the future. So I don't think it's a dog. I think, he made a business decision, and now we got to see where it leads him.
Yeah, to be honest, he doesn't strike me as the ducking type,
No,
Fundora.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. It's contradicting though, because on the post fight interview, he said that his sister is undisputed,
Undisputed.
and that he didn't want nothing else but all the belts. So, defending it against your mandatory is part of it, which he didn't. But I guess he's still a champion. He's still fighting and defending his belt against another fighter. So it's contradicting on how you look at it. So for some people it could be a duck, for some others it's not a duck. I feel like it was just a business decision at the moment, and we can make it happen in the future.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Do you think he beats Tim Tszyu in that rematch?
I don't know. I don't know. First fight was a good fight before the cut happened. First 2-3 rounds, Tim Tszyu was giving him, some good shots. So if that cut doesn't happen this time around, and Tim Tszyu comes as prepared and as mentally ready as he did for that first fight, there could be some trouble there. Obviously, Tim Tszyu now has been in a war, like literally right after that, got knocked out. So I don't know if it's the same Tim Tszyu, but if he can get that confidence back, it could be some trouble for Sebastian.
So you wind up fighting Jorge Garcia Perez, who
Yeah,
upset a bad boy in Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell was the guy nobody wanted to fight. Well, you were down to fight him, but he was kind of
yeah,
one of those guys nobody wanted to fight at
yeah.
54.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Charles, Charles, I think didn't focus on that fight. He was focusing on what was next, on what was coming next for him. And Jorge Garcia Perez was locked in on what he needed to do. He needed to handle business to get this opportunity, and he did that. He went in there, he put his foot on the pedal and didn't let off. He got the upset victory, and now he's here. So he's the guy that I gotta face. He's, in my eyes, the champion 154 that I have to dethrone. I have to take the belt from him, and that's what I'm planning on doing comes July 26th.
Are you looking to get some get back from Puerto Rico? The Once upon a time, Puerto Rico won a lot of these Mexico versus Puerto Rico, but the last 10, 15 years, it's been the other way around. Mexico's been winning a lot of
Yeah.
these fights.
Um,
Yeah.
you could call it get back. I'll call it more bringing glory to Puerto Rico. Um, it doesn't matter who it is in front of me, Mexico, United States, whoever it is. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna take care of business. I'm gonna bring glory to my island, and I'm gonna be the next world champion for them.
How do you assess him? He has these early losses in his career, but it looks like he's becoming this different, better fighter
Yeah,
now later on, and yeah, he's from Mexico, but he's tall. He's 6 foot, and he uses his movement, and yeah, he's got a hell of a left hook to the body, but he's kind of finding a his own kind of style and way of
for
getting the
sure.
job done. How do you size
For
him up?
sure. He's a aggressive fighter that, like you said, likes to throw a lot of body shots. But I feel like my movement is just natural. You know, when you can't hit what you can't see, it's difficult to go in there and do it for 12 rounds. So I gotta be elusive every time I'm in front of him to let him or allow him to throw something, make him miss, and I have to make him pay. I feel like that's gonna be the key to victory. Frustrate him, get him to not throw those punches towards the back end of the fight. The beginning end, I know he's gonna try to throw those punches. I gotta make him miss. I gotta make him pay. And then after that, start controlling the tempo little by little. I think he's gonna be really, really excited for the opportunity, and he's gonna sell himself a little bit, at the beginning. And then I just gotta, lock in and be ready and prepared to take care of that.
So I appreciate it because a lot of fighters super tight-lipped about what they got to execute in there, and you kind of opened up on it a little bit. Does it sound like early on he's going to try to bring the fire, and you're going to kind of put that out, and then midway through the fight you establish control, and now I'm initiating the fire. I'm bringing the action.
Well, obviously it depends on what the fight brings. It depends on the adjustments that he makes. I'm thinking, a perfect night where he does what I want him to do. Obviously, that's not going to happen. He has a corner and he's gonna make some adjustments. So I feel like being able to adjust and being able to know when to push, when to back off, when to move, when to fight is gonna be the smartest thing for me to do.
Well, do you see a war? Do you see a stop? Is this gonna be one of them ones, or do you make it one-sided?
There's gonna be. What do you mean? There's gonna be one of them ones?
One of them exciting. Lots of exchanges, and you could be the guy swimming without getting wet. There could be a lot of punches flying, but you're not getting hit with a whole lot.
Sean, there's gonna be one of them ones where people see the difference between the prospect and the world champion. This is gonna be that. You guys are gonna see the difference between the Xander Zayas kid and the Xander Zayas grown man, the elite level Xander Zayas. I feel like it's a moment. This is the perfect fight to do it. Mexico, Puerto Rico against a fighter that has earned his opportunity and is hungry to come out victorious. I have to lock in. I've been locked in for 4 or 5 weeks now. I got 5, 6 weeks left, and it's going to be an exciting night.
So July 26th is about the young boy. The boy is a man now. Virgil Ortiz, Fundora, you name
all
them.
these guys.
I'm ready now, and that's what this fight's about.
For sure. There's no running after this. After I become a world champion, there's no, he hasn't done this, or he has. You got to fight me. I'm the champion now. So this is one of those fights.
Is it a blessing in disguise that it's not Fundora at 22 years old in your very first title fight?
It didn't matter. It didn't matter, to be honest, Sean. It didn't matter. I wanted Fundora. That's why I went to Vegas to visit him and to let him know that you're next. I wanted him. It didn't happen. Same goal, same hungriness. I have to stay as sharp as I've ever been. And then after that, we take care of what's next.